Well, good morning, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, April the 16th, 2025. So yesterday I had a truly amazing day. It's so amazing how Yahweh works. Like when you're in the insurance business, when you're an entrepreneur, when you are on commission, you never know how the day is going to go. First of all, the day goes by so fast because when you're working on your time, when you're not getting paid a salary or hourly wage, you are hustling and the day go by so quick, which is amazing. So much fun. That's the fun part. But I did have 7 appointments. One appointment was a client that I actually had to get signed amendment to her policy. And the others, the first appointment I went to, I met a gentleman, bless his heart. He was waiting for me. It was an apartment building, and he was, I had rung, the buzzer to get in, and he was right there. And he took me to his apartment. Bless his heart, both his legs was amputated from the knees down. And I was like, wow, that was just amazing. And so he had a remote control to open up his apartment door. And I thought that was so cool. So he was in his, in his in his wheelchair. And so we got into his apartment, asked him about what he had. He said he had Colonial Penn. And he said, well, I just have it for 2 years and it is, the price is too high. I said, well, you know what? I said, because anytime you are guaranteed, just on a side note, if you have a significant health condition like amputation, certain where you have to get a guarantee policy, they make you wait 2 years. But in his case, he did his 2 years. So I said, sir, I would never replace your policy. I said, keep what you have. If you want to add on, you can add on. So he couldn't afford to add on, but he did give me a referral as his brother. And then the next appointment, I had, the gentleman, was actually not there. He was like, oh, I had to go to Pottstown, to take care of my grandchildren. And so I said, no problem. We'll meet up again. And then later on, I had another lady, she was in dialysis. And I went to her house a little earlier because it was early because the one appointment didn't show. And she's like, oh, no, I'm still in dialysis. I said, okay, no problem. And so I just kept going. And I went to this one gentleman's house. And oh, my gosh, it was so, so amazing. I mean, he was like, yeah, I just got out in 2021. I said, get out from where? He said, I have been locked up for 44 years. I said, 44 years. Oh, my sweet Jesus. But he was such a pleasant person. He was in good health. He was just like, it was just amazing. I just was like, Yahweh, oh my God, I have no reason to complain about anything. And Yahweh's truly blessed him. This gentleman, he is a Muslim. And he said that he has, at the JFK building, he has a lawyer that gave him a space, and he is helping young and older convicts, helping them that were, wrongly accused and helping them to get out of prison. And I said, that is so beautiful that you're using everything that you went through to help somebody else. And then we started looking up his policy, and he had a policy. I said, bro, you got a policy. You're good, So that was that one. And then I just, kept going to my next appointments. I didn't have any more until like 5:30, and that was probably about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon by that time. And I went to this one house, and the gentleman, he looked out the window and knocked on the door looking for his mom. And he's like, hey, I'm coming down. I'm like, okay. And he came down, and I was able to help his mom and himself. So that was such a blessing. And then the day wasn't over. And then at that time, by the time I got there, it was maybe like 3:30 or 4. It took a while because I did 2 applications, and we just had a good time laughing and talking about the goodness of Yahweh. Not going to keep this video long, but my day was really good. I'm just going to keep going. And then so then I had an appointment. It was like at 6:30. And so I was about half an hour away. So I was like, okay, let me get on to that appointment. And I went there and met a lovely lady. I posted a video of her. She was so sweet. She had on pink and gray, which is my colors. And so I was able to help her. And then she was like, oh, I got to go to my other house because, you know, her house had burned down and they're fixing it, and she wanted to pick up her mail. I said, hey, I'll take you. So I dropped off to take her, and then I brought her back. And then I had one more appointment, and that was at 7:30. But with that appointment, the gentleman was not available. So then I said, okay, it was probably, maybe about 8 o'clock. I know time just go by fast, right? So by that time, I just headed on back home. So all together, I had an amazing day, and I just thank Yahweh for that. So I'm back out today, and I pray that Yahweh's blessings would be upon me, and that he would give me wisdom, guidance, instruction, and traveling mercies and grace. So have a great day. I love you, and Yahweh bless you.